Welcome, guys. This is our microwave lecture series. This is our eighth lecture. From last few lecture, we are discussing about the waveguide as well as the cavity resonator. In the last lecture, we discussed about the microwave cavities. The microwave cavity, it is nothing but the cavity resonator, which is a metallic enclosure that confines the electromagnetic energy. That means electric as well as the magnetic energy. The electric and magnetic energy in that the metallic enclosure are stored inside the cavity determines its equivalent inductance and capacitance. Such few sentences we learn in a previous lectures, and after that we are discussing the rectangular cavity resonator in a last lectures. So today we are discussing the circular cavity resonator. The circular cavity resonator, it is nothing but the circular waveguide, but only one change was here. In a circular waveguide, we are used to the circular waveguide with the diagram in that the two ends are open. Both the ends are open, but in that circular cavity resonator, the two ends of that a circular metallic enclosure was closed by the metals. It is closed by the metals. Now in that diagram we see these two ends, these two ends are completely closed. Just we look here the diagram, the two ends are closed, these two ends are closed. Now in that the wave functions in a circular resonator, the wave function in a circular resonator should satisfy the Maxwell's equations. It should satisfy the Maxwell equations, but according to the boundary conditions, it describe for the rectangular cavity resonators. It describe the rectangular cavity resonators. Now the in the circular cavity resonator, we necessary to choose the harmonic function in Z. In that circular resonator, we necessary to choose the harmonic function in Z to satisfy the boundary conditions, and why it is necessary? Because the two ends of wall is enclosed, the two walls are closed. Now let us start with the TE mode. That is transverse electric mode. It is transverse electric mode. Now we achieved the one equation. One equation from the circular wave guide related with the transverse electric mode, and this equation is nothing but the Hz. This equation is nothing but the Hz is equal to H0Z Zn in bracket x dash npr divided by a, x dash np into r divided by a into cos n phi sine of q pi z by d, into te of npq, What is the n? N is the number of periodicity in phi direction. Now in that the number of periodicity in a 5 directions. And what is the p? What is the value of p? P is nothing but the 1, 2, 3, 4 number of, and this is the number of zeros. This is the number of zeros of the field in radial acceleration. In a radial acceleration. And what is the q? What is the q? This one q. What is the q? Q is the nothing but the value of q is a 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. And it also the number of half waves in the axial direction. Number of half waves in the axial direction. And what is the Jn? Jn, it is the Bessel's function of first kind. We know very well in the circular waveguide we see the first kind and second kind diagram. I hope diagram is here. That is the first one, first kind, and this is the second kind. We already learned related with the first kind Bessel's equations and second kind of Bessel's equation. Now what is the H0z? What is the H0z? H0z, it is the amplitude of the magnetic field. H0z, it is the amplitude of the magnetic field. Now this is the explanation regarding with this equation, and put the number of this equation is 1. Put the number of this equation is 1. This equations is regarding with the electric field. This equations is regarding with the electric field. That means it is a transverse electric field. Now let us go with the transverse magnetic mode. Now let us see the transverse magnetic mode. The equations related with that transverse magnetic mode is Ez is equal to E0z Jn in bracket x n p r by a cos n phi cos of q pi z by d into t m n p q. What is the value of n? N is the 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. What is the value of p? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And what is the value of q? Q is the 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And what is the meaning of this E0Z? This E0Z is the amplitude of electric field. E0Z, it is the amplitude of electric field. And what is the H0Z? It is the amplitude of magnetic field. It is the amplitude of magnetic field. Now the these two modes, these two modes are separation equations. These two equations related with the transverse electric and transverse mode, this equation gives the value of k square. Value of k square, that is nothing but the separation equation. That is nothing but the separation equations. This separation equation for TE, and this one, it is the separation equation for TM mode. And what is these expressions? The equations is nothing but the k square in bracket x dash np divided by a square. The equations is nothing but the k square is equal to in bracket x dash np by a square plus q pi by d square into TE mode. Now this equations is regarding with the transverse electric mode, and the another equations, that is k square is equal to x np by a square plus q pi by d square into Tm. This is equations regarding with the Tm mode. Now we know the value of k square. What is the value of k square? K square is nothing but the omega square mu epsilon. Omega square mu epsilons. Now put this value, in the equation 3 and 4, and we get the resonant frequencies of TE and TM mode. Whenever we are substituting the value of k square, whenever we are going to put the value of k square in equation 3 and in equation 4, they yields the resonant frequencies of transverse electric and transverse magnetic mode. Now first one equations is regarding with the first one equations, which is regarding with the TE mode. This equation shows the resonant frequency equation. This equation shows you the resonant frequency equations, and this equation is nothing but the f of r is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of mu epsilon into root of x dash np by a bracket square plus q pi by d into bracket square. And this equations is completely based on the equation number 3. This equations is completely based on that equation number 3. Now it is a very easy. Now this is a very easy one equations. Similarly, the resonant frequency for the equation number 4, when we putting the value of k square is equal to mu square omega square mu epsilon, what we get the f of r, that means f r is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of mu epsilon into root of in a bracket x and p divided by ea bracket square plus in a bracket q pi by d into bracket square into t m. This is equation for the transverse magnetic equations. Now one of the interesting point is here, the dominant mode is at the value of TM110. That means the TM110 mode is a dominant mode. But in that dominant mode, the 2A is greater than D. 2A is greater than D, and that the TE111 is the dominant mode in a transverse electric mode when the D is greater or equal to 2A. D is greater or equal than 2A. This is the transverse magnetic mode and transverse electric mode in a dominant format. In that equations or in that sentence, we need to understand these equations criteria. When the 2A is less than D, the dominant mode is happen in the TM110. That means P is equal to 1, Q is equal to 1, N is equal to 1, P is equal to 1, but Q is equal to 0. That is this mode, that is TM mode. And what is in the TE mode? TE mode, it is 111. That means N1, P1 and Q1, all these values are 1, and the D is D is greater or equal to the 2A. It is the complete explanation regarding with the circular cavity resonator. Now in the next topic, we are start the microwave hybrid circuits. It is one of the most important topic, microwave hybrid circuit, and I hope in that week we successfully completed this unit, and from the next week we are going to start the third one unit related with these microwave. I hope guys you are understand this lecture. So guys, thank you so much.